Frank Ward, g'day. David Ian Sykes, hello. John McManara, long time no see, g'day. Whoa, we got lights. Mark Osborne, g'day. Bill Baggins, g'day. James B, hello. The mixed crowd. Dan Shed isn't here because he's sitting there. See?
Go.
Matt Phillip, hello. A few new names here. Must be the thumbnail. G'day, Peter Nonnell. We're down here in Shannondale, in northern New South Wales, up in the mountains on top of the island. Yeah, it's been a pretty big few days. We're in the Shannondale Locomotive Works there. All the important signs on the bar. There's the barman over there. And he's offside there. So, yeah, it's been a roller day, a roller week. Tea and biscuits, g'day. I haven't had any internet until tonight, really. I've got Wi-Fi if I sit outside in the restaurant at the pub, but there's nothing in my hotel room at the pub, and I haven't got any reception or any signal at all out here. But this is out in the sticks. So I haven't even watched any YouTube. I don't know what everyone's up to. I don't know what everyone's doing. If you've got a video you put up, you should share a link to it or tell us about it. At least don't be shy, because everyone's looking for good stuff to watch. Go Team NDM, yeah. Kim Bazelic, g'day. So, where do we start? What do you all want to see? There's Dan's hooker money up there.
It's not going to get any far. Nowhere good anyway.
Don't know what that's about. And that's what he really uses to get hookers. David Burnley, good day if in Spain. Bill Bangor says start in the middle. That works. James P hasn't got anything up. Fair enough. So he doesn't ride it much, so obviously he has enough to do without hookers. Darren Ratcliffe, good day. What's scratching out there?
I was just thinking that.
Could be. So this is what Dan Shed's working on. There's a pair of these, apparently. They're starting to look pretty good. They're sort of scratch built, I think. They're scratch built with a lot of bought in parts, which seems to be the quick way to build things.
Yeah, a lot of roundhouse engineering parts in them. Yeah.
So we've got nuts and bolts and motion links and some valve gear.
Yeah, the valve gear and cylinders are all bought, but the
burner
frames and that are all built here. Which sounds easy until you realise they're all actually hand riveted. It's not bolted together really. It's
they're all riveted and all that stuff. They're pretty nice.
Pretty involved.
The box in the middle is one of those things to slow it down so that it chucks out. It works hard.
Yeah, it's like an inertia device. Probably pretty hard to tell, but yeah.
Bill Baggins uses a hooker every day, but it's spelled differently. No, they're not even titches. These are 1 3/4 gauge. So they're what scale?
About 1/19
About 1/19 scale garden railway. We'll go and have a look at the Shannondale rail trail out here in a minute.
Oh, can't wait to tell me that.
It hasn't got to the rail trail stage yet. Rustanox, g'day. So anyway, this is Dan's workshop.
Dan's mess.
Pretty awesome little mill there. New DRO. Very impressed with the new DRO.
Yeah, not finished setting it up yet.
You never get it finished. You only put the first one on, and that's all you ever get done.
Yeah.
You eventually find somewhere to put all those boxes.
Yeah.
And a Myford 7, which is tiny. I forget how small they are until you walk up to them.
Yeah, tiny. I got that when I was an apprentice for $200.
I bought the launch for $200.
Yeah, dragged it out of his shed, along with a Mini Cooper S I bought of him.
So it gets a bit of work. It's got swarf all over it.
Yeah, it's a bloody mess. Yeah.
And he's turned the oilers off, which I'm impressed about.
Yeah, I remember this time.
So, and there's the drill press.
Yeah. We don't have 3-phase here, so it's still got a 3-phase motor, but it's got a single phase of 3-phase VSD, which works really well. I'm going to do a similar conversion on the Myford soon. I think I've got a motor there for it because that one's getting pretty knackered.
Yeah. It come up all right.
Yeah. It's rough, but it does the job.
Marcus and Co scraped it and reconditioned one the other week and other month, and that came up really nice.
Yeah, that's what it is. Got a lot of wear in it. It needs some love. I just got too many projects, not enough time.
Yeah, you'll end up with a gold chest.
Yeah.
So, we've actually found some lights outside. So this is the Shannondale Light Railway here. So, Garden Railway. There's a steam engine that we were running on Sunday afternoon. You can't see that, but there's no buildings or trains to be seen out there. It goes all the way around past this Ferguson tractor, which is over there. That looks best in the dark. Well, then I guess there's another terminus going to happen over there.
Yeah, eventually. Yeah. It's a bit on the back burner at the moment.
Too much else happening.
Got this boat in the way here.
Yeah, we've got a boat here.
Yeah.
This is what we've been working on. So this is all going back together. Pretty excited about this. Just some random person. And you can hear the frogs. We're sort of not listening. There was a big frog on the veranda over there before. He is a nice guy though. Rustanox is a nice guy. I'll second that. You really need someone to do that. So, oh gosh, we got a torch. I got a torch. Hang on. We'll get a torch happening. Oh, look at that. Let's try this. Bill is the random. There you go. He's a good guy too. So this is coming together pretty well. We've got all the boards back in. Got the irons back in. All the boards are painted red and bolted back on.
We haven't got them in around the right way eventually.
Yeah, it's got a series of hooks for a shower curtain along there. And this has got canvas on the top, which is waterproof down with probably a bitumen sort of style base paint. It's pretty noxious stuff, whatever it is. I got itchy after it dried on the skin. and it's got a couple of coats of house paint on top of it after that. The bright light's really bringing up some of the imperfections in it, but it doesn't look anywhere near as bad as that. So there we go, that's the canopy. Starting to look good. So that's what we've been doing. Well, that's what I've been doing. Tornado watches and thunderstorms outside for James B. All we've got's frogs. So it's starting to come together pretty good. This is all well glued down. I think, I hope. And it's got a couple of coats of paint on it. Pretty impressed with that, if I can say so. All we've got to do is actually get it on the engine. So we've got all these uprights over here, bits everywhere. Hooks and all sorts of things, which actually support it on the roller. These are all 1.25 inch solid steel. And they've all got to be put back together. So there we go. That's what we've been doing for the last few days. The sideboards are still got to be painted black again or something. I'm not even sure about black. I'm going to get it on the roller and actually make a decision on that. Yeah, I haven't made up my mind entirely.
What are the alternatives?
We could paint the thing orange.
Could. It's happened at least once in its life. Looking at it.
I don't know, really. I don't know.
Yellow.
Yeah, maroon. And it's not going to be the end of the world if we've got to rub them down and paint them again before it gets painted.
Green with a red cream.
Yeah, we could do it green with red, right? So yeah, we've still got to put writing on there and they're still got to be painted, but we're not going to do it until we lift it in place. There's a crane coming on Friday afternoon, hopefully. And how are you going to pick it up?
Yeah.
Soft strop end to end, I guess, on each side.
Yeah, with some straps. There we go.
So, mobile podiatry clinic. Emma's mobile podiatry clinic. That sounds like a good thing to put on a steamroller. Acme Trick and Appliance Co.
Who was it the other night that said we should put this is how Emma rolls?
Yeah, this is how Emma rolls. Shannondale Rail Trail Maintenance Co. But anyway, that's looking pretty good. Pretty happy with that. This is the new works out here. This is Dan's new shed. You can't see it, but this is looking really good. He's done this on his own and it's all nice and square and everything. I'm a bit impressed, actually.
Hasn't even fallen down in the wind.
Hasn't fallen down or anything. We've got a really dirty lens here, haven't we? There it is. I'll wipe that. That might be better or it might not. It's not. Sorry, guys.
Probably not the best lighting, is it?
No.
And bring that floodlight
Oh, yeah. He's going to find some lights. So this is Dan's Marshall here. Oh, look at this. How good's that? How good's that? So, there's a little Jacko boiler there. And a flat belt driven bench grinder, which is, how's it go? like the continuing transfunctioner from Dude, Where's My Car? Did you see that movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's mystery only exceeded by its usefulness or something. Yeah. Yeah.
It's not been really useful so far. It's just sat there. Like
Or its usefulness is only exceeded by its mystery or something. Anyway.
Yeah.
So this is Dan's portable here. No boiler cladding on it yet, but we're working on it.
Actually got a bit of timber in there you can see behind. I was just dummying it up the other day to
nice.
figure out roughly where the thickness, what thickness it should be before I put the cladding on. So,
is it that thick?
Yeah, about 2 inches. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, to clear the curve on the
the
throat plate there.
Match up pretty good to the back end of the smoke box and things like that. So,
oh yeah.
Yeah.
You probably should measure your cladding to see if it could go around the circumference.
I still haven't even unpacked the cladding. It's still sitting there in bits of timber all strapped together to keep them safe.
So anyway, this is I'm reading the sign. Yeah, I think it's 4 horsepower, is it?
Yeah,
4 horsepower Marshall Britannia, 1910. Nice engine, nice steamer. We should have it in steam this weekend. If anyone's out by Grafton and wants to come by for Saturday lunch, drop us a message. That red is actually the colour of it. It's actual, like, finished paint. But yeah, it's that colour. So yeah, if anyone's out here, we're having early Christmas lunch out here. So stop by. Anyone who's watching this and is near Grafton. Even if you were to come a bit of a distance, we'll wait for you. The other one over there that doesn't get any love at all is the roller, which we uncovered this afternoon. So the roller's pretty dirty, actually. It looks good in this light. It looks like the brass has all been polished and all sorts of stuff.
It has, doesn't it?
It hasn't. It's pretty dirty, actually. So that's where everything's happening here. And there's my van over there. But it's all happening. But yeah, red goes faster. Anyway, that's what we're up to. This is the new. Oh, how much? Oh, you're cordless.
Yeah.
It is cordless. We can go anywhere.
Yeah.
This is the new gravel pad here for the sawmill, which is pretty exciting. We're excited about this one. In front of the portable. See, there's the power takeoff on the portable there. And over here is something we haven't really even looked at yet on live stream or even talked about. Numerous parties who won't be mentioned at this point purchased this at a place called Gulma. It's the range of the hotspot.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that I'll go get it.
Oh. Yeah, if we don't take another step forward, we're fine. We'll just wait for Dan to get back with the internet source because I haven't got any internet here, and we're hotspotting off his phone. No, it's glitching pretty bad just there. If I take 2 steps forward, we drop out. Here we go. Let's try now. So we may or may not have purchased this saw bench at an online auction without knowing very much about it or how heavy it was or how many pieces of very rusty angle line were welded onto it or what was required to set it up. But I paid for the saw bench and Dan paid for the freight. And it arrived in the middle of the night one night from parts unknown. And if anyone knows anything about Robertson Brothers saw benches from turn of last century or that time, get in touch with us. Hit us up because really would like to know some more information about it. All these bits here on the side are going to be unbolted tomorrow probably if we get time.
That's one massive lump of cast iron that's solid.
That's solid cast, yeah. This is about 4 tonne. Here be dragons. Take care, Rusty Knox. Good to see you. And saw benches, yeah. T. Robertson and Son, Rochdale, England. Probably has Babbitt bearings, John McManoa says. Yes, it does.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Has a lot of very close fitting pieces of cast iron that cover all that up in the top of the bench, and you'll pinch your fingers trying to get them out in the dark.
Which is one bearing block there.
From experience. Yeah, that's the outrigger bearing. Which was on this end of the shaft. We're probably going to butcher it and cut this shaft off rather than build an outrigger station on this end for no real use or reason. Oh, these don't turn.
Not really.
Nah. So that's a white metal bearing. Magnet light's a good thing. There, a Babbitt. That would have gone. That's a big pulley for a flat belt that might be attached to a steamroller, yeah, or a portable engine, yeah. That bearing would have gone out here on this end of the shaft, which is right out here. I'm not sure why that had an extension on the shaft out there, whether it was to drive something else or to drive a conveyor or a drive system or something.
Yeah, something like that.
But it's probably not going to.
Just to give you an idea of the scale of the size of the belt.
It's pretty solid. What size saw will it take?
What do we figure out? It can go up to 40.
Is it 48?
48, I think.
Yeah, 48 inch saw. Yeah. I don't think we've got enough horsepower in the large hamster wheel to drive a 48 inch saw. You're going to need a bigger portable.
Yeah.
But it's a long way off that yet. So we're sort of probably going to move it over here on Friday when the crane comes to put the canopy on.
And once it's in there, we'll get a roof over it.
Hi, Mrs. Stewart. Once it's in there, we can extend the shed and put a roof over it, and probably get a low-bowl sandblasting guy to come in and sandblast it and give it a coat of paint, and then we can start polishing shafts and doing bearings and stuff, and polishing the top of the table. So there's one white metal bearing here with big oil trough on it. There, and there's another one. I'm going to pinch my fingers or get bit by a spider. No, not going to happen. But there's another one under there. And these pieces here are all really tight and fit pieces of cast iron, this one and that one.
It's got a bit of play in it.
But yeah, it needs some bearings. At some point. But that shouldn't be too difficult for a guy like Dan, who's an expert. Now it's got all these shafts through here which are for the feed system, I believe. There should be a feed roller on each end, and there's one roller there.
Yeah, there's one on the grass over there.
And we've got both rollers, which may or may not be original. And they were chain driven down one side, I think. And then there must have been a drive chain that ran across onto one of these pulleys or something. I don't know how that worked. We don't know very much about it.
Whatever it had, I don't think it was fitted very recently because there's no witness marks where anything else has been on the.
No, it hasn't been
shaft.
fitted. Well,
so it might have just been manually operated or something.
The guy we bought it off said it had been in the shed before he was born, and I imagine he'd be 50 probably.
Yeah.
And he's never seen it running, so I'm not sure. So that's an ongoing project. It's about that only. Cutter and cooker for the steamroller, yeah. But yeah, this is overkill for most things, but it might cut some posts and sleepers and things around the place. And it'll certainly give the portable something to do. This big cast iron outrigger bearing's actually bolted on the side there. Whereas this one out on the end of the shaft wouldn't have been. That would have needed a separate pedestal, I think. So I think putting that on there is only a place for sawdust to build up and catch fire, etc, etc, etc. So probably we're going to shorten it up here somewhere. Probably about where this is, and put another pulley on here. And that should stop the bearings wearing out anyway if we've got a proper drive pulley between them. All helps, Bill. And John McNara says plenty of old saws, check link. I didn't see the link, but we'll have a look for it later. I can't see links in this chat. I don't know why. Probably because if I click on them, it actually goes out of chat, but they'll be visible later. So, these rollers, this one here's got completely stuffed bearings here.
I think that's been modified later. It's got
This has got
like a ball bearing race.
Yeah, I don't think this is welded around here too.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been surprised if they had wooden rollers actually. But this is ag chain pulley, which probably isn't original either. Don't think that one's doing much. And there's another one here in the grass, which is made up the same, so I reckon they'll both replaced at the same time probably. And I wouldn't have been surprised if they were like clamped together paper or leather or maybe timber, but you'd think they'd drive better. One bolt's on the end here, I think, on here somewhere. Not sure about that.
I think these.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's anywhere to bolt there. I don't know how much of this was original either, because we haven't actually seen a picture of this particular model. Vintage machinery site, they have a bit of Roberts and stuff, but nothing really. Ring Shop Life, Fire Peter, yep. Only blue spanners can link, apparently. Okay. But yeah, Vintage Machinery has some good catalogues and things for these, but nothing that really shows this one. The catalogue's full of crazy heavy cast iron crap.
Funny because some of the specifications they give are close to this, but there's no model that's exactly like this.
There's no model with the same holes in it.
Yeah. and even the table size and the saw.
See, there's a
sizes.
shaft hole there. I'll point to that, I think. Maybe one there and one there. And they go right through. And one there, which goes right through. One at the back. Also got one bearing each side. And it's also got this one here, which is a bit of an odd one, which goes through lengthways. Don't know what that does. Whether it's a control arm or something. I don't think that one goes all the way through, does it?
Never actually noticed that one. Yeah.
Does it go all the way through? No.
No, it doesn't.
No. So that's a control arm or something, I would say. So, no idea. But we might have a functional saw bench at some point. A coat of paint and a tidy up, we might feel like getting some other bits put back in it or something. I think we're going to paint it pink. And all Whitworth, but newsflash, no shortage of Whitworth machines here. I don't know if you noticed. Don't know if you picked that, but yeah.
Serious mental health issues.
There's a lot of Whitworth bolts on this one. There's not quite as many on the portable, but it'd probably be more likely to be able to get them undone.
There's one less plumbing part on your roller today, isn't there? That was nice.
Oh yeah, we've got a new valve on here. Look at this. How cool is that? We tossed the old one, so I can't show you how bad it was. But this is one job we did. This is a primer tap for the pump, which we should never need, but because it's got a leaky gasket in a place or two, it's a very important fitting. They need to fix the gaskets, then maybe it won't be.
Unless you like boiler explosions, and then you ain't going to worry.
It's leaking on this gasket here. It's half your battle. But this roller was. If people tell me that this roller was done up as a working roller, but that's kind of code for Shortcut City. I shouldn't say that because they've done an awesome job with.
Well, mechanically, it's pretty.
Mechanically, it's fantastic, yeah. But they've done an awesome job considering what they had. But none of these flanges actually match the other flange. Like this one's just a bit square flat, and this one's a different shape entirely. This one here is a different shape entirely. That hose we showed you last week screws on there. That's the water lifter. It probably has a dust cap on it, but I haven't actually seen evidence of that. That's got, this is the delivery pipe. No, that's the delivery pipe. This is a steam pipe, which comes from a tap over there somewhere in the corner.
It's that one I burnt myself on.
Oh, that one up the top.
That one.
It's that one. When you turn that on and you have the end of the hose in the water, theoretically, it should suck water up and fill the tender up.
Sorry, it's actually the one on this side, isn't it?
No, it's this one. It's
that's
this
the
one.
injector steam, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, that's the injector steam.
Oh, it's that one down there.
That one there.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It's that one.
Yeah.
So theoretically, that's how that works. We're yet to prove it, but a little bit of showy would be nice. So here's the new hose in place with a leather belt around it. Look at that. It's got a proper hanger and everything for it. The tender is the reservoir. That's where the water is. Yeah. Which is awesome.
Yeah, we should have done. We should have put a fire on it and steamed it that night.
Yeah, I really wasn't feeling it. I thought of it and I really wasn't feeling it. So that's where that hose goes. All at home in the right spot. But there's 1,000 little jobs like that. That one took 10 minutes. But for example, that oil pipe up there off the oil pump, that's terrible. That's just terrible. The fuel it can carry is more of a limiting factor than the water. Well, you pick up water anywhere, but I mean, you pick up firewood anywhere too, and it seems to steam best on the sort of firewood that you do pick up anywhere. But limiting factor on the road runs at the moment is, yeah, there's some tuning that needs to be done before it's really a free steamer, I think. I think it could be improved. That's where the kettle hangs.
Yeah, you really got to work it hard
to get anything out of it. Yeah.
Any sort of consistent speed out of it, and you've really got to stay on it.
So we were talking today about some of the reasons that might be. Geez, it's big. By a roller, they said.
By 8 horsepower.
And Dad goes and looks at the 8 horsepower motor and discovers that this is a miniature.
Yeah, this is tiny.
So, $624 Dudley, g'day. So yeah, it's all fairly oily. We've been degreasing bits today, so we're all very oily. And so far it's sort of fairly, well, it's a pretty good roller, but I think it could be a whole lot better with a bit of TLC. It's not going to get a coat of paint before anyone asks. We're going to get a nice shiny canopy on it, and then everyone's going to think, oh, where do you stop? But that's where you stop.
Is
it? Because to do any more cosmetic paint is a huge job. To pull the wheels off and do the wheels, you throw another 10 grand at it very easily, and yeah, we'll see. But I can't see us at this point. I can't see it happening. Some sort of biochar would probably work, but
they're big on that sort of stuff in the UK.
Only because they can't get Welsh steam coal anymore.
Yeah.
They stop mining it. They import it from overseas and process it. Somehow makes it better. I don't know how good any of it is either. I see very mixed reports about it. On any of the journals or anything, they're all testing various things and had no luck at all with it. So
we're sort of lucky here because we've got a lot of native timbers which work perfectly well for the job, but in the UK that's not really an option.
Yeah, that's right. Whereas here you can run down the road and fill the tender up on the way, and but if we're going to steam on the weekend, same deal. If anyone's listening is near Grafton or Coffs or anywhere down this end and wants to come for a Christmas party, you're very, very welcome. Bring a plate. But be very happy to have you, and you have a ride on a steamroller. Hey, Matt. Good to see you. Didn't they used to tow a water cart? Yeah, a water cart would be awesome. In a living van. But just saying, the hotel I'm staying in has got a couple of nice water cart wheels and concrete out front. So if anyone drives past and see them being ripped out, grab them. But water carts are gone through the roof. No one can afford anything collectible in a water cart. There was a 50 water cart with a stirrup pump on it, which was a bit rare. Went to auction last week for $61,000 Australian. So that's a bit crazy.
Seriously, that's it's nuts.
That's just crazy. Well, to give you some sort of, I guess, some comparison there. We're dead. We're out of battery. Some comparison though. There was a R180 or R190 International Prime Mover in an auction last week here on Queensland, which went for 60 grand, and that was fully restored. Anyway, we're out of light, so we might head back inside. I don't know how long we're going to go on with this because it is fairly late here on this end of the country. And I apologise to anyone who's up late anyway, or up early. Oh. There's Dan Slasher. I don't know if you can see that, but you can't see it. It's just there. Oh, there we go. Still can't see it. But Dan's just painted the Slasher and he's putting a new gearbox on it, which is there. Which you also can't see. We're out here in the dark. Yeah. So anyway, there's the lid. Need a steam power generator. It's over here on the shelf. Yeah. There's a 32 volt dynamo there. You can't see it. Oh, there we go. You can sort of see it. So that's another progress.
Tested this weekend.
We might actually see if it works this weekend. Yeah. But it's a pretty tidy little dynamo. So that's where we're at with that. It's another one of those long distance sailors. Not doing any good on the shelf. Yeah, well, we just got to find an electrician to poke their fingers in there instead of us. So if you know a tame electrician who wants to come and poke their fingers in those wires, let us know. But that's probably going to go here in the shed somewhere and run off the line shaft. And that'll fix the lighting problem. So that's what we're doing. Very, very pleased to have this lid fixed. Got to work out some way. It's got these hooks around here. It says stainless steel hooks down each side for curtains, which will be awesome to have proper curtains. Still got to work out a way of attaching them front and back. So haven't thought of that yet, but we'll get that sorted. Stuart says if we pay the flights up here, he'll come and poke his fingers in that. So really pleased with the canopy though. It's a bit of a job. We had it all bolted up, and then yesterday, most of the day was getting that canvas down with it's sort of a bitumen based paint. Don't know what it is. And that's how we got the seam nice and straight down the middle, sort of. That was a bit impressive. Looks like it's meant to be. Still got a flashing to go on there. This has got a flashing under here, which goes round under here just to tidy up this edge. Still got to put the other one on the other end and pull this one off and paint them. And all those rods and uprights and things have all got to be painted. I've got to go into town in the morning and get bolts. And then Friday, we should be ready to erect the apparatus. You can see the Shannondale Light Railway around there. I guess that's what it's called. And there's the Ferguson over there. Bill Baggins can donate a big street lamp if Dan wants to pay postage. I already bit him on that one. He's already learned his lesson. It's probably never going to happen again after the saw bench. I don't know about a Stanley steamer, James. So I don't know if I need a Stanley steamer. I need a Sentinel. Yeah, Sentinel GG is what we want. Support vehicle. Need a daylight video of all this. Yeah, probably we do. I might run around with the camera and take a daylight video tomorrow. We'll see how I feel. Anyway, that's done. I think we're going to call it. It's 47 minutes of not saying very much at all, and it's late, and Dan's got to get up in the morning and go to work. And I've got to get all this finished tomorrow to go on the roller. So, yeah, daylight savings and stuff, so it's getting a bit late. So I'll call it. There's nothing else you wanted to say? No, I think that was it. It's pretty well covered it. Be kind to each other, all that sort of stuff. I'm out of the loop a bit. I'm not on Facebook or anywhere because I've got no internet. And hit like on the way out. Hit like you say, yeah. And really appreciate you stopping by, guys. And we'll catch you. I'm out.
It's good talking about a lot, didn't you, bud?